Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Pranams Mataji, thank you
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Matajis and Prabhujis. Thank you so much for all joining in today's session. So let's begin with the opening prayers. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadadi Swapatantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tamsa Jeevam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Akanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhupyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhujis. So now past a few sessions we are into teachings of Queen Kunti. In that 21 shloka we are going on. So just today we'll start with the shloka. Can someone volunteer for the shloka? Hare Krishna. Okay. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubi saha pandavaha bhavato darshanam yarhi rishikanam iveshituhu. Can someone read the translation at least? Hare Krishna.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, yes.
As soon as the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities along with the Pandavas and Yadus will end at once. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. So here, so this is the shloka and this is the translation. And today, I think most of the part has been covered by Narasimha Avatar Prabhu. So today we will look into this part. Krishnamurti Prabhuji, can you read this paragraph, Prabhuji?
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. We all have purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. We all have consciousness, but what is this consciousness? It is Krishna consciousness. We have forgotten Krishna and therefore we simply say consciousness. But really consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Because without Krishna we can't have consciousness. Without the sun, how can there be sunshine? Therefore we say sunshine and not just shine. Similarly, consciousness means Krishna consciousness. This requires a little intelligence to understand, but devotees like Kunti have this intelligence and understanding. Therefore, Kunti says, the Pandavas and Yadus are so important, but what is actually our value?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Pranams, Mataji.
Pranams, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. So we all have consciousness, right? Without consciousness, we cannot do anything. So here a question arises, what does this consciousness means? What do you all think about? What is consciousness means? Hare Krishna.
That's only Krishna consciousness.
Krishna consciousness, right? So what here Srila Prabhupada and Lord is saying in Bhagavad Gita 2.17, Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvam itham tatam vinashanam avyayasya asya na kaschit kartum arhati. So Jayanti Sridhar Mataji, can you read this translation?
Okay, Mataji. That which pervades the entire body. I am audible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
That which pervades the entire body, you should know to be the indestructible.
indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul.
Thank you, Mataji. So,
Hare Krishna.
so everyone can understand this, right? So, what is meant by consciousness? If I pinch my any part of the body, will I feel the pain or not? If I'm pinching you, will you feel the pain or not?
Feeling.
Feeling. That means that is the consciousness. Why? Because consciousness is there. That's why we are able to feel the pain. So, what Srila Prabhupada is saying that pain and pleasure are felt as long as there is consciousness. Okay, so this is the basic part what we are discussing right now. Okay, so sometimes are we consciousness all the time? Hare Krishna. Are
No,
we in
Mataji.
consciousness all the
No.
time?
No,
No.
no,
Right,
Mataji.
Mataji.
No, yeah. So, but Srila Prabhupada is saying, yes, we are not consciousness of all the time. So, while we are into some surgical part, or we are, if some chloroform or anesthesia has been given, that time what is happening to us? Are we in consciousness or in unconsciousness state?
Unconsciousness.
The unconscious state.
Unconscious. Yeah. So, it is also happened sometimes we are knowingly we will into be the unconsciousness state. But what Srila Prabhupada is explaining from this paragraph is says that there are three stages of consciousness. Okay, what is the three stages? So if we know about that, we can have what is the real consciousness and which part we should apply on that. So as mentioned by Kunti Maharani also, we should be always in Krishna consciousness. But Prabhupada is mentioning that there are three stages of consciousness. What is that? There is Jagrati. One stage is called Jagrati. Second is called Swapna. And third part is talking about the Susupti. Okay, so let's further discuss about what is meant by Jagrati, Swapna, and Susupti. Okay, so Jagrati means the life we are most aware of our awakened state, right? So, which we go about our regular activities. That means whatever activities we do in our day-to-day life is called Jagrati state. We are aware, right? From morning to night time till we sleep, whatever activities we are doing, we all do in our awakened part, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Mataji.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
yes, thank you, Ma. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that is called Jagrati state. Second conscious is talking about the Swapna. Swapna means you all know about that is a dream part, right? So the sleeping stage in which we dream. Okay, at this time, what happens? What happens when we sleep at that time? What happens to our consciousness?
It will be dreaming.
We'll be dreaming.
Yeah,
Okay.
our body will be taking rest and the mind will
Conscious
be
awakens.
conscious and awakens.
No, our consciousness does not awaken, right? While
Then,
sleeping, where is our consciousness is there?
but then how we dream? We will see dream, Mataji.
We will be in some other path. We will be in
That
some other world.
That
Our
Manasu
day-to-day
Buddhi
activities
Hankara
we are
will be
not doing.
working, no ma'am?
Pardon, Mataji, sorry.
Manasu Buddhi Hankara will be inactive, no? That,
Subtle body will work.
yeah.
It will go to some other part, but gross body will be keep on functioning. So what is meant by Swapna? What that part of consciousness Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. So at this time, what happening? The machinery of our gross body will keep on continuing work. All organs will be working, right? All organs will be working, but will we do our activity or any activity, cooking, drinking part, on any part of activities, day-to-day activities, we will do while we are sleeping?
No.
No.
No, Mataji.
No, but our consciousness will be again. If somebody is pinching or if some noise is happening outside the house, suddenly we will awake and see what is happening outside, right? So that part will be
Yes.
there. But what in that state of swapna, conscious state, what is happening? So our gross body will work, but our subtle body carries the soul to another atmosphere. So because the gross body has to keep on work, if the gross body is not working, what happens? That means we are dead, right? The soul cannot enter into the body again. So for the soul to enter into the body, the gross body has to keep on work. So the soul returns to the present gross body. Often while returning to the gross body, we forgot our dream. So this is called the swapna stage. That means dream part, what is happening. So third part, what is mentioning about Srila Prabhupada is mentioning about susupti. Susupti means the dreamless state of sleep. Okay, so means this is unconscious state where what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, where the soul is in the mother's womb and the fetus is developing around it, we also experience this susupti. So these points I took from Back to Godhead magazine. There's a lot of point has been described in that article. So in that Back to Godhead magazine, January 4, 1975. So as soon as the classes finishes, I'll share the link so you can all open the link and read what is meant by Jagrati. So much detailed explanation has been given by Srila Prabhupada into Godhead magazine. What is meant by Susupti and what is meant by Swapna. So some may arise the question, okay, Mataji, if sometimes not very often I can remember my dream. Sometimes I am able to remember my dream means, what is your opinion on that? Sometimes we are able to remember our dream, right or no?
Because we are
Yes,
not in
Mataji.
deep sleep.
Yes, Mataji. Huh?
Sometimes or sometimes we may not. So what Srila
No.
Prabhupada is mentioning about that, sometimes we are able to remember the dream is means the activity of the subtle body. What subtle body is doing at that time? Dreaming is a part of our material consciousness or illusion. So Srila Prabhupada is telling that remembering a dream means the mind was engaged and recorded the experience. The mind has recorded the experience where the soul has gone to the another atmosphere. We may into some other universe or we may into some other country. So that thing the mind has recorded, because of that we are able to remember the dream. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada continuously says that the dreams are the called as indigestion dreams or mental concoctions. Also, he further says that what is a dream is a mixture of the day's thoughts, desire, and previous experience. Okay, thoughts, our thoughts, what we are all thinking, that thoughts, and desires, what desires we have, the throughout the day, what we are desiring, what is our thought, and what is our previous experience. All this part connected together, and it is coming like a dream when we are into asleep. Okay. Okay, Matajis and Prabhujis. All okay?
Okay, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes,
So now
Mataji.
one more question. So based upon our material contamination, we are getting so much of material related dreams sometimes. So when we are into Krishna consciousness, even dreams comes as the in that type of consciousness also. So what do you feel about that? If we are serving a spiritual master, or we are into some deity worship, or cleaning the a temple, or serving, or preaching, or into book distributions, if this type of dreams comes into your sleeping mode, what is your opinion? What do you all think about that? What is the symptom of that?
So involvement in serving the Supreme Lord or involvement in association with the devotees.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. And what else?
Whatever we will think in the throughout the day, that will come in our dream.
Dreams. Okay. But what Srila Prabhupada is saying, the whatever the dream comes about Krishna consciousness, he is saying that is the spiritual advancement. Okay. So what you all said is very correct. Based upon our day activity, what is our desire, and what we had previous experience in our Krishna consciousness. If that part comes into a dream, he is saying that we are furtherly going advancement, spiritual advancement in Krishna consciousness. So that is the main part. So our consciousness should be focused on only on Krishna, not through by this material attachment. So when we have material attachment, what happens? So we'll further discuss about on that also. So all our activity and consciousness should be always in and around with Krishna only. That's what Kunti Maharani is saying about here. Okay. So consciousness means what else? The symptom of the soul. Do you all agree with it or not? Conscious means the symptom of the soul. Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yes, no. So Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. Yes, in that chapter 2, what he is describing about? Can anyone say about? In Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, what he is describing about?
He's telling we
We
are
are
not
not
this
body,
body,
we
we
are
are
the
the soul.
soul.
We are the soul.
You are the soul. almost 72 shlokas is talking about the soul only. He's
Soul.
giving importance to the soul only, right? So not the
Hmm.
body. So in reality also, consciousness means Krishna conscious only. So Srila Prabhupada is stressing more importantly that our consciousness should be always with Krishna consciousness only. So if one makes Krishna conscious minus, he's giving another name for that. They are rascals, they are fools. Okay. So to understand this, why? That means everyone should be in Krishna conscious means what we need little knowledge to understand all these things. So even Kunti Maharani, she's a very big devotee. So devotees have this knowledge. So they understand our consciousness should be always based on Krishna only. So what is our value then? If we are so big, we have so much of name, fame, wealth, education, everything is there. Krishna has given everything. But if you are not properly utilizing for it for Krishna consciousness, then Kunti Maharani is saying it has no value at all. So here last line Kunti Maharani is saying the Pandava Sadhus are so important. But actually, what is our value? What she's saying that if Krishna is not around us, if Krishna, he is after Kurukshetra was, Krishna is going to Dwaraka, right? So in his absence, so if Krishna is not there, what is going to happen for them? Even though they are very well versed, they are very big scholars and they are very big devotee. If Krishna is not there around them, so there is no use at all. Our value is not there like that. She's mentioning in this verse number 21. Okay, Mataji, all clear?
Yes, Mataji.
So can someone read this part, Mataji? Next part, next para. Mataji, Hare
Shall I
Krishna.
read?
Yes, Mataji, yes, please. Carry on.
Because Krishna is bidding farewell, that one only, no?
Yes, yes, Mataji, please.
Kunti laments, "You will go, and we shall not able to see you. What, when, what then will be the value of our name and fame? Bhavato, Bhavato darshanam heri rushikanam ivestutuhu." She gives the example that without Krishna, they would be like the senses without life. In this material world, we desire sense enjoyment, but without Krishna or without Krishna consciousness, there is no possibility of this sense enjoyment. We may have strong arms and legs, but when there is no consciousness, when there is no Krishna consciousness, we cannot even utilize them. An intelligent person therefore knows that without Krishna, his senses have no value, and therefore he becomes a devotee. He writes because they are intimate relationship, the senses and Krishna. As long as the senses are active, it is one's duty to use the senses in the service of the Krishna. This is bhakti. Hare Krishna
Thank you.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So here,
Mataji.
what they are saying? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Sorry.
Still have to read further.
Mataji, sorry, I am unable to hear you.
Again, next para I have to read,
No,
Mataji.
no,
I am
Mataji.
asking.
No.
Next para I have to read.
No, Mataji, we will
Ah.
discuss then later you can read, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So here in this paragraph, Kunti Maharani is quite aware that the existence of Pandavas is due to Lord Krishna only, right? So the Pandavas are undoubtedly, she's mentioning undoubtedly, well established in the name and form and fame, everything they got. How? Because of Krishna only. So, and they are guided by the great King Yudhishthira, right? So, who is morality personified. So, and the Yadus are great allies, but without the guidance of Lord Krishna, all of them are non-entities. That means they are unworthy, they are unimportant, like that Kunti Maharani is saying. So, she's more stressing and importantly, she's saying that whatever we got in our life, everything because of Krishna only. So now he is going to leave, he is going to Dwaraka. Without you, how we will survive? So she is giving an example that how the senses will work without the life? If there is no life in the body, if there is no soul in the body, how the senses will work? Like that, we are equal to the dead body. So like that, she's mentioning, she's telling Krishna, please don't go. We don't have any value if you leave us. So like that, she's mentioning that each and every living entity, that they should be in Krishna consciousness only. Okay, so as much as the senses of the body are useless without the guidance of consciousness. So one should be proud. Maybe one should be proud of his prestige, power, and fame. So without being guided by the favor of the Supreme. So it is useless. Whatever they may be having a big bungalow or wealth or property or education, whatever may be. So if they are not properly utilized for Krishna consciousness, there is no use at all. So Kunti Maharani says, we Pandavas are very famous. People are saying that Pandavas are very great. They are very big devotees. So why? So because you are our friend, like the Kunti Maharani is saying that. So Yadu dynasty also is very famous because Krishna took birth in Yadu dynasty, right? So Kunti Maharani is saying that Kevayam Nama Rupyabhyam. So, but without you, without Krishna, without you, we are all useless. We don't have any value. So, from this point, from Kunti Maharani's teachings and prayers, we should learn that if you are not centering our life, whatever activities we are doing, if you are not keeping Krishna as the center, that means we are useless. Whatever we are doing, there is no use at all. See, such a great devotee is mentioning that how we should lead our life based upon Krishna consciousness. Okay, so but she's giving one more example that Bhavato Darshanam Yarhi Rishi Kana Iveshituhu. So without Krishna, without Krishna, our life is useless. We don't have any value. So like if you don't have any senses, if our senses is not working properly, then how we can, if our eyes are not working properly, and if our ears are not working properly, if our mouth are not working properly, how we are able to see, how we can able to hear? We cannot talk properly, right? And what is the use of senses? Like that, if Krishna is not with them, if Krishna is living and going to Dwaraka, we are useless. We don't have that value. So our value, what is our value? Our value is only by Krishna only. He is only providing us, like the Kunti Maharani is mentioning here. So just as the eyes, ears, and hands cannot function if the soul leaves the body, so like that, so because of Lord's presence, their kingdom shines, and they are so powerful, and they can be a big devotee too. So they are absolutely, Kunti Maharani is saying, we are absolutely dependent on the Lord. So without him, there is no life and has no purpose. So she's comparing their life is equivalent to death without Krishna. So this one part we have to learn from her teachings, that how a devotee should be. So all our activity, all our whatever things we are doing, our life should be everything we have to dedicate and surrender it to Krishna only. Or else what happens? Then it will be a materialistic part of life. If we are into the materialistic part of life, what happens? Then again we will come into the cycle of birth and death. Again we will create karma. So to break this, to cut off this chain of repeatedly cycle of birth and death, only point, we should keep Krishna as the center, as said by Kunti Maharani. Everything we have to dedicate it. Or else she's one more thing, she's very specifically mentioning that their life is equivalent to death without Krishna. So that is the main part of consciousness. Why Srila Prabhupada and the great devotee like Kunti Maharani, they are talking about Krishna consciousness. This is the basic thing we have to understand. Okay, Matajis? Any question or any realization from your part? Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thing
Yes,
is,
Prabhuji.
we must be always in Krishna consciousness. We must not forget Krishna, never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. That's all said by Rupa Goswami. So many acharyas and alvars, big maharajas, what they are teaching, what is their main preaching is there? Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna, right? So if we are into that part, if we are into that mood, if our consciousness is based upon this part, Krishna consciousness, then everything will align in the right way. Krishna will drag us slowly back home, back to Godhead path. So if he is ready to give us, but we are not that much ready to accept whatever he is giving. Why? Because ours is all materially, we are contaminated a lot. So to purify our consciousness, so Srila Prabhupada is telling to read so many scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so many small books Srila Prabhupada has written. While reading itself, our consciousness slowly gets purified and we will connect more to Krishna and we will realize him more so that our path will be easier to reach back home, back to God. Okay, Matajis, Prabhujis.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay. So can someone read the next paragraph, Mataji, to use an example? Hare Krishna.
Can I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Next two, Mataji, from
To
this
use.
one to this. Okay.
Okay, Mataji. To use an example, I have given many times. Suppose in an assembly, one finds $100 note that has fallen from someone's pocket. If one takes that note and puts it in one's own pocket, one is a thief, because that note does not belong to him. This is called boga, false enjoyment. Then again, someone else may think, oh, why shall I touch it? It belongs to someone else. Let it remain there. I have nothing to do with it. This is called Tyaga.
Renunciation.
Sorry.
So,
Renunciation. So, although the $100 note is the same, one person is trying to enjoy it while another is trying to give it up. But both of them, the Bogi and the Tyagi, are fools. The bogies are the karmis, those who are working very hard to exploit the resources of the material nature, like the scientists, for example, who are doing research to further such exploitation. Their intention actually is to steal. On the other hand, the Tyagis, those who are unable to steal, have a soul grapes philosophy. Oh, these things are useless. There is no need of them. Mostly, of course, people are bogies. That is, they are trying to use everything to enjoy sense gratification. But still, there are those who are baffled in sense gratification, and who therefore says, no, no, we don't need these things. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying about the Tyagis and Bhogis. Okay. Huh. So Srila Prabhupada is talking about both Tyagis and Bhogis. What is meant by Tyagis and Bhogis? So materialistic enjoyers and Tyagis, their materialistic enjoyers are called Bhogis and Tyagis are artificial renouncers. Okay, so and they are called as fools. Why they are called as fools? Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that also because both are acting under the illusion of Maya. Why? Failing to recognize that everything belongs to Krishna and used to be and can be used in the service of Krishna. So just now Mataji read, no, an example is given by Srila Prabhupada, that's $100 note. If a bogie sees what he is doing, he just puts into his pocket. So he just wanted to enjoy it. Okay, that means he is called as the materialistic enjoyer. And next part, they are called as false enjoyment. And second example given by Prabhupada is called Tyagi. What he is doing, he is just renouncing. He just don't want it. I just don't want to take this note. Let it be remain as it is. So both of them are called fools. Why? Because they are in ignorance. They are failing to recognize that everything belongs to Krishna and it can be utilized in the service of Krishna. Okay, that's why Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that Bhogi and Tyagi both are considered as fools. Okay, so let's furtherly discuss in a detailed way what is meant by Bhogi and what is meant by Tyagi, what is meant by called Vairagi, and what state of Vairagya they are. Okay, shall we move, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So here the first part, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that why these Tyagis and Bogis deemed them like as he is describing them as fools. Okay, Bogis means just now we have discussed about they are the materialistic enjoyer and they are called karmis. Okay, that means in what state of Vairagya? Vairagya is means what? Please let me answer. Please let me know, Mataji. What is meant by Vairagya? We have come across in so many of lectures and in so many Srila Prabhupada's books. What is meant by Vairagya? Jnana and Vairagya. We often refer, no, Bhakti Devi as two children, Jnana and Vairagya. What is meant by Jnana and what is meant by Vairagya?
Krishna Mataji, Jnana means to knowing about the Supreme Lord. Vairagya means not attached to this materialistic activities.
Correct. Vairagya means it's detachment, renunciation. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Krishna Prabhuji. So here, what is meant by bhogi? Bhogi is, they are into one sort of Vairagya. What is that Vairagya called? Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that it is called Falgu Vairagya. Okay. So what means to exploit the resources of material natures for personal sense gratification. That means given by example has been given. If he sees a note in a road, he puts into his pocket, right? So that is called he just wanted to use for his own personal sense gratification. So, and he is called as a fool. Why? A bogey acts like a thief. So it belongs to someone, right? If you puts into his pocket, what he is called as? Thief only, no. So like this, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, a bogey acts like a thief by trying to enjoy that belongs to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is called as a Falgu Vairagya. Okay, that means false renunciation. False, that means materialistic enjoyment. He just want to enjoy for his own sense gratification. Okay, next one is called Tyagi. What is meant by Tyagi? Both are considered as fools. Tyagi means they are called artificial renunciant, means dry jnani called susukha, susukha vairagya. Okay, that means dry jnani. He is called dry jnani. So further, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that one who, due to the frustration, okay, frustration or are a sour grapes. What is meant by sour grapes? Does anyone will like the sour grapes or they will like the sweet grapes? What you people like?
Automatically sweet only.
Sweet only, no. But here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning for Tyagis, they are like sour grapes. Means dry. They are not enjoying. They doesn't know the value that everything belongs to Krishna and everything can be utilized in the service of Krishna. Because no, if $100 note is remaining on the road, it lies on the road. What Bhogi is doing, he just puts into his pocket. He is like a thief. But Jnani, what he's doing, he doesn't want to touch that. He knows that it belongs to some other property. I don't want to take because karma will affect it. Because he doesn't have that knowledge of we can utilize that 100 rupee or 100 dirham, whatever is there. We can utilize it for Krishna because everything belongs to Krishna. He forgotten that knowledge. He doesn't have that consciousness. That is the problem with Bhogis and Tyagis. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that philosophy as sour grapes. So attempts to give upon the renounced material things, often declaring themselves as fools. They are fools only. Why fools? because their mode of state, what is the mode of state? They always declare the world is mithya, false, or useless. It is refused to use it. These are the definitions Srila Prabhupada is giving for Tyagi word. Okay, so they renounce everything. But what? Dry renunciation, not with the proper knowledge. Okay, so without understanding that everything can be engaged in Krishna's service. So, Tyagi, in what state of Vairagya they have? They are into Shushka Vairagya. Bogis are into Falgu Vairagya. Okay, all clear, Mataji? Still this? Mataji?
Shushka Vairagya, Mataji.
I'll share the link after the class, Mataji. So much detailed
Okay.
explanation has been given.
Okay,
So you
Mataji.
can read on to it also. Any doubts, Mataji? Somebody was asking. Sorry, I interrupted in between. Mataji, sorry. Hare Krishna, someone was saying something, Mataji. Okay, okay.
No,
Next.
Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Next, Srila Prabhupada is talking about Smashana Vairagya. What is meant by the Smashana Vairagya? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 16 in 2.38, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami is mentioning about the cremation ground. Smashana means is cremation ground only. So what is their part of Vairagya in that? Why he is mentioning like that means this is also a temporary, not the proper way of understanding in what way we have to renounce everything, in what way, in which way you can utilize everything for into Krishna's service. So he is telling this is also a temporary and also called as monkey renunciation. What is meant by that monkey renunciation? So a person goes to the cremation ground. So as a relative is dead, no? So they are doing all the ceremonies, what are the rituals they will do. He will cry, oh my God, this has happened to him. Why it should not be happened? Everything he feels. And he is not into the proper knowledge. Are we are into the in the same path, in the same line. It will happen to them also. They forget, they'll forget that it will also happen to them. And simply, as soon as they come out of the cremation ground, they will into their normal activity. What activity? Materialistic activity. So it is called smashana vairagya. So a person returns to the material enjoyment as soon as the immediate emotional situation ends. This is called smashana vairagya. So why Srila Prabhupada is giving all these examples? So that we can be into the awakened state. We should be in the Jagrati state. We should be in the awakened state of mode. We should be in the Krishna consciousness state, so that whenever this part is affecting our life, immediately by Krishna's mercy, by Srila Prabhupada's reading, we can get out of that and to make hold, to catch hold or grip of Krishna consciousness very tightly, so that we will not lose that, again fall down into this material world or into the cycle of birth and death. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, is giving so many references and so many detailed part. So one should read the scriptures so that we can have the proper knowledge. Or else what happens? Again, already we are into the mode of ignorance. Again, we may fall down into the mode of ignorance into more, and we may take birth into the lower world also. So to protect ourselves, to come out of this cycle, these scriptural readings is necessary. It's a must. But ICF is doing a very excellent job, that till from morning to till 8 o'clock, we have so much of classes, so much of Krishna consciousness programs, reading scriptures. Apart from the Zoom links, reading groups is also there. So why? Because to get connected 24/7, 365 days, we should be into Krishna consciousness. So Achintya Gopinath Prabhu has made a beautiful platform for us to utilize all the scriptures. Chaitanya Charitamritham, fast and slow, Srimad Bhagavatam, fast and slow group. So many, not only English, various languages, English, Malayalam, Tamil, Kannadam, so many other languages also the classes are going on. So it is all just we have to click the button and utilize it, read the part, understand it, applying it in your life. Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji, 100%. We were all utilizing Mataji, of course. Thank you, Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Yes, very true, very true. So this is the part Srila Prabhupada is talking about the bhogis and tyagis. No, spashana vairagya, falgu vairagya, or markata vairagya, or suska vairagya. So this is dry. What we should avoid all this. We should know about what is happening, what scriptures is teaching us from the great devotee like Kunti Maharani or Acharya like Srila Prabhupada. So we have to read and understand why they are specifically stressing and mentioning about Krishna consciousness is must. That is the value of each and every living entity. So from this part, we have to clearly make utilized that always 365 days and each and every moment our consciousness working in our body, right? So by reading, our consciousness get purified and we can slowly go home, back to God only by hearing. Okay. So that's what here mentioned about bhogis, tyagis. And next part, we are going to talk about the devotees, how they are different from bhogis and tyagis, what is their activity based upon Krishna consciousness. Okay, shall we move, Matajis?
Yes, Mataji.
So can someone read this, Mataji, from continuing to belong to Krishna? 2 paragraphs.
Can I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Continuing the example, however, when $100 note is found, the person who acts most properly is the one who takes it and says, "Someone has lost this note. Let me find its owner." Upon returning that note, one renders real service. One who takes the note for himself and one who leaves the note where it is are both useless. Similarly, the bogi and tyagi are both useless. But the bhakta, the devotee, knows that everything belongs to Krishna and should therefore be offered to Krishna. This is real service. Everything belongs to Krishna. What is the body? It is a combination of material element, earth, water, fire, air, and the subtle psychological element, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Krishna claims, all these 8 elements are my separated energy. Then how are the body and mind ours? Although I claim that the body is mine, I do not even know how it is working. A tenant in an apartment may pay rent and somehow or other occupy the apartment and enjoy its utilities. Although he may not actually know how to hear and tap water are working, similarly, although we do not know the details of how the body works, we are using this body, which actually belongs not to us but to Krishna. This is real fact. The body consists of the senses and the mind, and therefore the senses and the mind are also belong to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay. So this paragraph deals about what? A devotee. Right? In the previous 2 paragraphs, we saw about the materialistic people. Srila Prabhupada has given examples about tyagis and bhogis. So tyagis are in which way they are in which part of philosophy they are referred as sour grapes. And bhogis, we already mentioned that they have that material enjoyment for own sense gratifications. So this paragraph deals about the devotee. So actually there is no what is the body and how it is functioning, how we have to work in Krishna conscious state of mind. Okay. So this paragraph talks about a devotee. Devotee means what? They are honest person. They are honest man. So the devotee's business, they know that everything, each and everything, whatever we are using in our life, everything belongs to Krishna. Okay. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the jnani, okay, who is jnani? The sukshka vairagya, they act upon that, right? So he does not touch anyone's property. That is very good. But the karmi takes others' property and utilizes it for own purpose. In the previous 2 paragraphs, we saw about tyagis and bhogis. So here devotees, how they are acting, they take up yukta vairagya. Okay, so proper renunciation. They are not like tyagis, They are not like bogies. Here, Srila Prabhupada, he doesn't mention that they are also fools. No, they are in a capacity to understand. They have that knowledge. They are into the proper renunciation. But the other two, the bogies and tyagis, they are into the false or temporary renunciation. Because the devotee, he reads the scriptures and follows the Acharya's instructions, like how Kunti Maharani is teaching by reading various Srila Prabhupada books, they try to understand, okay, this is the actual fact. We have to understand that we have to be in the proper mode of proper the renunciation. That means yukta vairagya. What is meant by yukta vairagya? What is the proper renunciation? As mentioned by Bhagavad Gita in teachings, as Krishna is teaching that how one should be in the renunciation form, how the vairagya should be there. Okay, not should be in the materialistic form, not should be in a temporary mode or in a false enjoyment, but it should be in the proper way. That is called the yukta vairagya. How it comes, how everyone can adopt this yukta vairagya, how it comes? Only through by reading scriptures, following the footsteps of acharyas, continuously with proper intention, proper hearing only, our consciousness will get purified. Through that only slow and steady we can know about Krishna, or else it is highly impossible to know about Krishna. So that's why even Krishna directly comes and talks about Bhagavad Gita, or through by various acharyas and alvars, through by spiritual masters, gurus, through disciplic sections, and through by various avatars. He comes and gives us lots of teachings, or in one or other way, we should catch hold of that. We should properly utilize this opportunity, never lose it off. Otherwise, it's a big precious gift. What we got now is Krishna consciousness. We should never ever give it up. We should not sacrifice anything for this. So that's what Kunti Maharani and Srila Prabhupada is trying to mentioning, that we should be in a devotees. Our renunciation, our vairagya should be in a proper way, not like tyagis and bhogis. Okay. So proper renunciations means what? Where devotees engage the material resources, talents, and their objects in the service of the Lord, rather than rejecting like who? Tyagis. Okay, so that is called the real service. Oh, the definition given by Srila Rupa Goswami also. Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 255 shloka is referring as Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam. So I can note it down. Please go and read the shlokas. It's very superbly explained by Srila Rupa Goswami how is Yukta Vairagya happens. So accepting the things related to Krishna while avoiding for personal sense gratifications. So how devotees are using, even though the phone, laptops, and the audio system, TVs, and everything there in everyone's house, but how we are utilizing it, that is the very big question mark. Are we utilizing it for our own sense gratification, or we are utilizing it for Krishna's purpose, right? So even the modern gadgets, whatever, that's a very big blessings. The online platform, now we are wherever we are, in so many places, in different places in different countries, but in a platform we are meeting and we are discussing all these parts, right? But how we are utilizing these gadgets in the proper way, only for Krishna's service. That is called Yukta Vairagya. Whatever we have, we are not using it for our own sense gratification, rather than we are using it for Krishna's service. Okay, so one who acts in Krishna consciousness under the superior directions, they are called Yukta Vairagya. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 4th chapter, so a very big example is given by Srila Prabhupada, Ambarisha Maharaja. The chapter name is Ambarisha Maharaja, offended by Durvasa Muni. So it's the best example how Ambarisha Maharaja used all his senses and mind in the service of the Lord. This process is called what? Yukta Vairagya. Okay? Okay, Mataji, is clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
So in Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 9th chapter, 47th shloka, the dynasty of the Amsuman, another example is given by Srila Prabhupada, Maharaja Katvanga. So he advises that one should give up this material attachment and surrender to Krishna. That is called pure bhakti, which involves this Yukta Vairagya or the Vairagya Vidya, renunciation. Vairagya Vidya means renunciation, and through by knowledge we can attain all this process. And one more example Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in CC Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 6.254. Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami says that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the ocean of mercy and has come down for what? To teach us the material detachment. Okay, and he's teaching us, and he's teaching us how to do the devotional service to the Lord, right? And one more part, Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. In one more book also it has been mentioned that Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 6.74, written by Sri Kavi Karnapura. So it is a Sanskrit drama. Okay, in that it has been detailedly explained about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lives, teaching, and mission. So Lord inaugurated the movement of what? Vairagya Vidya. What is meant by Vairagya Vidya? Means knowledge, renunciation knowledge. How to renounce and how to have that renunciation of knowledge. So by which one detaches himself from material existence and engages in devotional service. That is called Vairagya Vidya. Okay, so the Krishna conscious movement of devotional service is the only process by which to counteract our false prestige in this material world. Okay, so I'll send a link about the knowledge and renunciation from Back to God in magazine. Such a beautiful article. So many detailed explanation has been given in that. And one more link, conversation between Srila Prabhupada and Tamal Krishna Goswami Prabhuji also about Vairagya. That book, I think it has been published in April 28, 1977, Bombay. That link also I will send. In that, so many detailed explanation has been given. So after the class, if you read, you'll come to know what is meant by the true knowledge, what is meant by the proper renunciation, what is meant by Vairagya Vidya, what Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching from us. So many detailed explanation has been given in that link. So please try to utilize that links, whatever we are sending in that. Whenever you have time, please go through it. Then only we will understand what has been discussed in today's class. Or else whenever you have time, you can read it apart. It is not a waste. It will be useful in some other classes too. Also, when somebody is asking you or somebody is trying to connect to that part, we can easily remember all this part. Okay, when you start reading all these links. Okay, so this is the part what is meant by Vairagya Vidya, what is meant by Yukta Vairagya, what is meant by Falgu Vairagya, what is meant Suksha Vairagya. All this part has been explained beautifully, very simply in only these three paragraphs. This paragraph, and this paragraph. The Srila Prabhupada has mentioned about Tyagis and Bogis also. And next paragraph, he has spoken about the Tyagi, that means devotees, how they are acting in Yukta Vairagya. That means they have the proper knowledge that everything can be utilized in the service of Krishna. Okay, suppose, now a question I am asking to you all. Suppose we are not like Tyagis and Bogis, right? So if 100 rupee dollar or 100 rupee note is lying down in a street or somewhere else, what you people will do?
I'll go and put it in the undil, temple undil.
Okay, super. And what about others?
So after hearing this, we have to do that only, Mataji. Or otherwise, it is a big fuss on our part. So we have
Okay.
to do. We have to use it for any temple, maybe. That will be using for this service of Lord.
Lord, okay. So when you start reading this Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 6.254, no, in that Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, instead of first going to put into some Krishna service, first you have to find out the owner. Okay. First we have to try to find out the owner, but this is not possible nowadays, right? Maybe they might have gone somewhere else where we can find them. Or at least second part, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that just go and hand it over to near any one of the police stations. Or else, if police station is not nearby your area, next part only is telling to do that, give it in the service of Krishna, put it into any ISKCON hundi, or you can donate it for cow protection, book distributions, or for prasadam offering, like that. Third step only is telling that to do all these activities as mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So immediately you should not go and put that. First of all, we have to find the owner. If not, go and hand over it to any one of the police station nearby. If not, then only we have to utilize in the service of Krishna. Fine, Matajis?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm not telling,
Yes,
Srila
Mataji.
Prabhupada is telling. Okay. So, can someone read this, Mataji, fast, this para? Hare Krishna.
I'll read, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I am a spiritual soul, but I have been given the opportunity to utilize a certain type of material body because I wanted it. Krishna is so kind that he has given it to me. Ye yata ma prapadyante tam tattaiva bhajami aham. If one wants the body of a king, Krishna will give it. If one follows the prescribed method, one will get the body of a king. And if one wants the body of a hog, so that one may eat stool, Krishna will give one that kind of a body also. But now, in the human form of life, one should understand everything belongs to Krishna. So why am I hankering to satisfy this body, which is supposedly mine? Rather, now that I have this body, let me serve Krishna. This is intelligence and this is bhakti. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here this paragraph is talking about everything belongs to Krishna. So body is made up of 8 elements, we all know, right? So how this can be understood? Said simply, it has been said by Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ankhya Leela 20.12. Okay, so see, what is that? Cheto Darpanam Marjanam Bhava Mahadava Nirvapanam Shreyak Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Ananda Buddhivartanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarva Atmasnapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. The first verses from Sri Shishtastakam, that this knowledge, that means how this body is made up of, how we can cleanse only through by Krishna consciousness. So our heart should be first cleansed properly. How? Only by through chanting, by servicing, by reading scriptures, everything happens. So it can be how our body is working. It is also beautifully explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto and third canto, 2.6 and 3.6. Okay, so how the Virata Rupa, universal form of avatar, has been made, how it has been created, how Lord took that form, how each and every part of our in our body, each and every parts is working. There is one devata for each and everything. In Bhagavad Gita 2.17, it has been mentioned that the body is working under the 5 kinds of hair. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, second and third canto, it has been mentioned that it is working with 10 kinds of hair. For that kinds of hair, air means how it is working, how it is functioning, how our body is functioning, from which part, each one of the demigods is holding of that. Because of them only our body is functioning. Everything, each and every detailed and minute particle you can read. Really, I enjoyed in one of our Tamil class while taking Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, the third chapter, 30th shloka. It talks about the Virata Rupa, Vishwarupa. While I was preparing notes for that, really I was very surprisingly read about so many instructions and so many messages Srila Prabhupada has given, that really I was stunned that, oh, our body is functioning in this part only. How each and everything comes from Virata Rupa. Each and every demigods is working on that part, for mouth, arms, ears, eyes, our anus, our genitals part, from which part of the body, from Lord's body it is coming, and how each and every person is handovering that, how they are controlling that each and every part, and how our body part is working on that, beautifully explained. My humble request is to read that Canto 2.6, Canto 3.6. Such a wonderful explanation given by Srila Prabhupada. Really, I admire that Canto's reading apart. So it will be helpful for us to know about how our body is functioning. At least it is an opportunity we'll come to know. Otherwise, we will not use this chance, right? So I'll send that link also after the class. My humble request to read all this part so that we can pure our consciousness and we can use that properly. In this Janma only, we will have that opportunity to go home, back to Godhead. Thank you so much for this nice opportunity. Once again, Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhujis. If you have any doubt, please put it in the group. I'll try to answer, or else I'll ask my Siksha Guru and try to get back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji,
Hare,
kindly send the link, Mataji, without fail.
Hare, Hare Krishna.
Sure,
Nanda-
Mataji. Immediately I'll send.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavata pranam.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Mataji, can I ask one question?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, what is the difference between Virat Rupa and Vishwarupa, Mataji?
Both are same only, Mataji.
Same, huh?
Same only.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Mansi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Tomorrow your initiation part is there. So all the very best, Mataji, for your Diksha name. Hare Krishna. Mansi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mansi Mataji.
He's not there, Mataji.
I think she's not next to the laptop.
Hare Krishna
Okay, Mataji.
Mataji, let we pray for that Mataji to be in Krishna conscious and better spiritual life, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow she's going to get that from
Ah.
Radha Swami. She's going to initiate. So let us all pray to Mansi Mataji.
Shall we chant 3 times? Hare
Yes,
Krishna
yes, yes,
Mahamantra
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes, sure, sure.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare.
Krishna. Hare
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Mataji and
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I'll call up and I'll remind her. Thank you so much. We can leave the
Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Krishna. Mataji, she's not picking up. We will leave Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.